We had a good meeting last night. I think we had probably something over 70 people, maybe 80 there. We had a chance to look at the COG open space proposal, look at their slide program, and then we broke up into small groups, which included the Bedford group. I think the Bedford group very responsibly came with what we hoped they would do, and that was, fairly penetrating questions as to how a county system might meet their needs and what it had to offer. And these are things I think that any group ought to look at. We'd hope they would. What we're trying to do in a series of 4 meetings is find out what the concerns of people are.
Are you saying then that a consolidated system of parks could do a better job county-wide than the individual municipalities are doing?
Well, we got 37 municipalities in Tarrant County. We've got a very odd situation. We're looking at things now on the basis of even metropolitan approaches to governmental decisions. We've got education on a countywide basis. We're looking at health services now on a countywide basis. We're looking at now at recreation on a countywide basis. We don't know exactly how it would work, but seemingly the court has said, are the recreation needs of Tarrant County citizens being adequately met and planned for? That's what we want to find out. If not, what might we do about it? One would suspect that having 37 different cities in one county, most of which are involved in one way or another in park and recreation, and certainly all of the citizens have recreational needs, might very well operate more efficiently if you had some sort of central planning authority.
Bedford made the point that it already had its plan for parks and had its money committed and so forth. Could these kind of plans be included in a consolidated system, or would they be thrown to the wind, or what?
I think right now you've got to leave all the possibilities open. The only thing you know is if you make a change, you're going to make it in the face of an ongoing process, which includes all the municipalities and their systems. Bedford has a good system. Many do. Arlington has an excellent park program. Of course, City of Fort Worth has a big program. And anything you do is going to have to be done in the face of the ongoingness of these programs. Now, I think we've got to leave room for what might be called a supplemental county program, which might provide, services to certain cities. We've got to leave room for the municipality who says we don't want to participate in that kind of a program, where others might. One of the big problems is with 37 cities, by the time the city gets big enough to afford a park and recreational program, the land's all gone. You understand? We don't have any way to have facilities.
Isn't that a point in question right now with cities that realize that the land is going and they'd like to go ahead and get it now rather than wait for the formation of a system?
Yeah, certainly. I'd be the last one to tell anybody to wait for the formation of a county-wide system before they procured a good piece of land that was available, or a facility, or set up a program. We're going to have to allow for the fact that any time this is done, if it's done, it's going to have to be done in an environment where things are going on. It'll be a dynamic thing.
What kind of inequities would a countywide system do away with, if any?
Inequities? Well, a countywide system might very well give you a sounder base of planning so that facilities would end up available to all of the citizens. Right now, in my opinion, the northern half of the county suffers for recreational facilities and recreational services. You can look at COG's maps, and you can see what apparently is an inequity on the north side of the county.
The Council of Governments Park Plan, is it suspect by most people, and if so, why? I mean, municipality people.
The open space plan? Yeah. I think the open space plan is excellent. The implementation program, which has to do with some priority setting over a 4-year period, I think has been subject to question. I'm not even sure that, well, I won't say it that way. I'm certain I don't understand exactly in the process of making decisions for state and federal funding how that implementation program is used, because the COG very wisely, and I guess the necessity, has to make that an ongoing thing. It's always amendable. So you could move a 1974 priority up to 1972 if you could convince somebody that it made sense, you see.
You had an awful lot of people last night who were involved in municipal park and recreation affairs rather than the common average citizen who uses the park. How are you going to get the people to these meetings?
Well, maybe someone will watch your TV program, John. I don't know. We had a mailing list that we made up that we sent out to staff, professional administrators, you can imagine who would be on it, and using newspaper and TV things to try to get the citizenry there. It's important that we confront the elected official and the administrator and the citizen with this question because they answer it from different viewpoints. A guy who's working as a planner, say in a certain municipality who has a good department, might give you one answer, where an elderly citizen might very well give you another answer.